Welcome to Green Lantern. You know the movie? Crap, we have to explain this movie. Let's get right into this movie. It begins with the explanation of the Green Lantern, the emerald energy of willpower, and how people are chosen by the ring. It was once said it must be somebody without fear. Matt Murdock? Daredevil? Is Daredevil gonna be in this movie? An intergalactical peacekeeper known as the Green Lantern Corps. But what about Sinestro? He doesn't seem like a peacekeeper guy. And the biggest Green Lanterns Corps have ever faced, the gravest threat there ever been, was the entity of fear known as Parallax. Oh no, Hal Jordan. Oh, get Hal Jordan away from that guy. You don't want him to have Parallax with him. The only one was able to capture him. It was Adwin Sur. In a random planet in the Lost Sector, he caught him. Okay, so 3 aliens are on the planet where Parallax was captured. They land there, they walk around, and then like the ground just collapses, and then they fall into the mountains to find Parallax trapped in a green crystal. He opens his eyes. He lifts them up. Somehow, you are afraid. Good. Then proceeds to open his eyes and release yellow things coming from his mouth, and then I guess steals their soul or kills them. I think that's what it looks like. Then Parallax escapes. I watched this movie like 2 times, and I don't remember the beginning at all. Then we transition to Earth, 1993, to somehow see Jordan as a kid in his bed. He wakes up and he goes downstairs to see his mom and dad talking about the flight test and how she's scared about it. His dad. I'm scared that something bad's gonna happen. He's like, nothing's bad's gonna happen. Hal sees them. His dad sees that he sees them. He goes back to his room. Hal. His dad goes after him. He goes to his room. He talks to him. Hal's like, is everything gonna be okay? He's like, yeah, everything's gonna be okay, buddy. It's not like I'm gonna die. What is this? A superhero movie where they lose a planet? It's not that kind of movie, son. You're not scared, aren't you, Dad? It's my job not to be. And he's like, good night. The next day in the morning, Hal is woken up by sounds in the air like jets flying through. He gets up to look out the window to see the jets flying through. That's what I want to be when I grow up. Okay, tangent. Doesn't Hal have a brother like in the comic books? Where is he? Like, where's his brother? Okay, he's late, so he goes downstairs to get food from his mom. And then there's like 2 kids there? Is that one of his brothers? Does he have 2 brothers? I thought he only had one, but I guess he has 2. Oh well. He starts running to the school bus while the bus is driving away. That's where you think he's going to school, but instead he goes to his dad's workplace. His dad's like, shouldn't you be in school? And somehow his kid was able to go to the military base just by running into the military base with no security, I guess. There's no security in his military base. I guess he has a cool dad. He's like, okay, that's okay, son. You can stay here. He talks to one of his guys that's right there. Hey, maybe my son could go watch it with your daughter. Yeah, okay. And before he leaves with the guy to go and see it with his daughter, his dad calls him. He's like, hey, son. He gives him a jacket. Keep it warm for me. Oh, no. Is this a bad sign? Hal meets with the other kids that are there. Like, he meets with the daughter and, like, some guy named Hector. I wonder who that guy's gonna be. And they're, like, they start talking. And, like, the adults start talking. He's like, hey, can we watch it on the field, like, down? And he's like, yeah, you can. So they go downstairs to watch it, to watch the jets flying. He starts the engine. He goes up. He sees his son. He smiles. And then the engine blows up. And he tries to land the jet safely. And then he hits a building while he's trying to do that. I was running after him. The jets crash. His dad is trying to get off the jet. I was running towards him. He looks at his dad. His dad's getting off. He looks at him. And he blows up. Pushes House to the floor. He lands on the floor to see the fire where his dad used to be. Just burning and burning. He starts crying. Does his dad die like that in the comics? Face to black. Present time. Time jump. Sector 2814. A spaceship flies. Admiral talking to Sinestro about planets being destroyed by yellow things. Parallax? And the Guardians are silent. The call gets cut. His ring gets a ping. Like ping ping. Someone calls out his name. Abensor. He starts to look at the window outside the spaceship. It blows up with yellow energy. He's pushed backwards into the engine core. Blows up. He falls down into the ship. He catches himself. Flies away from Parallax. He shoots ring blasts at him. He's going down. He waits for him to come. He's getting ready to fight. He doesn't come that direction. He comes another direction. Hits him with his yellow energy. It hits his shoulder. He grabs his shoulder. The ship just opens up and sends him to a escape pod. He flies away. I'm badly wounded. Heading to the nearest habitable planet for select proceeding. Tells the Guardian it's Parallax. I think the Guardians might know already. Cause they're kind of like assholes. Cut to Earth. We see a female in bed. And Hal Jordan hugs her. And then he opens his eyes. He realizes he's late for work. He gets up. Starts dressing up. Says sorry I have to go. He's like make yourself at home. There's water in the tab. Bro, you only have water? Then her face is like what? And then he drives to work. He's driving crazy. Trying to wrap something with newspaper while he's driving for some reason. Almost hits cars. Like 2 cars. Cut to the new jet called Ferret Saber 3 with AI pilots. Oh my god. Can we go away from this AI stuff, tries to get a contract with the military. 2 of our sabers versus 2 of your best pilots. Cut to Hal driving to work, and he starts to get ready to fly. Carl is there. Hal is like, I've been thinking of flying today. She's like, you're late. I'm only late because I slept in. She's like, I used to sleep in, then I turned 11. Let me give you a little heads up. Saber all week been smoking me every time. You cannot do anything better or faster without disappointing a woman. Hal was like, we both know that's not true. And then she's like, this is why I didn't want you for this, but my father did. Hal, the test is today. It's important. He's like, I got it. I'm going to make you look good. Don't worry. Nothing's bad's gonna happen. Nothing bad. Let's go fly some planes. They are flying planes. Fly safely, highball. No. They fly into the air, going around and around against the sabers. The sabers are chasing Hal. Carl is trying to shoot them, but they split away. There's no way we could take them out these solo. Let's figure something out. They fly together, stay right there, and look pretty. Then he flies up. He gets chased by the sabers. He gets hit. Did you use your wingman as a decoy? He starts laughing. He flies behind the saber. They fly in circles. Oh no, they're behind him. The sabers can fly anywhere you can. So let's go somewhere where I cannot fly. Proceeds to go up. The sabers will stall if you go any higher. So will you. Oh, he's talking to like Thomas, Taika Waititi character from Thor Ragnarok. You know that guy? Sabers stall. Then Hal stalls, falling down. I was trying to shoot them while going down, stalling, falling down. He shoots one. Then he shoots the other. Then Tom just screams, yes! He's like, bro, calm down, dude. He's like, I gotta calm down, guys. Hal tries to unstall. Then he looks at his dad's picture and then gets a flashback. Keep it warm for me. He's freaking out. He gets another flashback when he's crashing. They're telling Hal to inject. He gets a flashback. You're not scared, aren't you? His dad's like, it's not my job to be. Dad blows up again. Like, we didn't need to see that. We saw that like 10 minutes ago. We didn't need to see it again. We got that. He ejects. He parachutes down. He catches his breath. He sees the plane blows up beneath him. Cuts to Hal gets in trouble for what he did. He screwed up the contract with the military. He destroyed a plane. He's like, I thought the objective was to win. He's like, no, the objective was to show out the sabers and what they could do. Hal gets fired. But he said, I quit before he got fired. So I guess he didn't get fired. Carl, he like goes up to Hal, like, what happened up there? I was like, control locked up. Yeah, don't give me that. Hal, you could have recovered. You choked. Did you freeze under the pressure? He's like, no, the control locked up. Changed the conversation. Like, what's up with the suit? Like, you're a pilot. You're not a desk person. And she's like, it's the business. I'm good at it. Doesn't mean I would never be flying again. She's like, I don't want to see you get hurt. Hal. She leaves. He just stands there and it cuts to Abensor crash landing on Earth. He's dying. Tells the ring to choose wisely. Then Green Light comes out of the ring and goes out. It cuts to Hal going to his childhood home for a birthday party. He says, hey Jack. Jack's like, how was work? You just want to be just like him, huh? Like your dad. You just want to die like him? He gets in an argument with his brother. He's like, it's my job. It was an accident. Everybody walked away. Everything's okay. Jack's like, what about the motorcycle accident that put you in the hospital? I was like, I miss all this family quality time. Jack leaves. Hal sees his mom, and then she leaves. His second brother or someone there shows up to him. He's like, hey Hal. And he's like, where's Jason? He's in his room. Hal goes talk to Jason. Jason gives him a hug. I was like, I'm fine. Jason got a little freaked out about what happened with Hal in the plane. I was like, it happens. Jason's like, not to you. You don't have anything to worry about. He talks about, you're good at baseball. Then the green light comes in like in the window and it goes inside Hal, and Hal was like, oh, what? It's inside me. And he's like, oh, okay, let me give you your gift. And he gives him like a gift, X1 Starflight. Like, my dad gave me that. Let's put it up. Jason asks him what happened with the crash. He's like, I'm not sure. Were you scared? It's not my job to be. Oh, it's a callback to his dad. Go celebrate your birthday. I was leaving the party. He goes to his car. Then Green Light covers him and takes him away to Abensur. It drops him in a pool of water. Hal gets up to see the spaceship. He sees someone is dying. So he goes to the spaceship to see Abensur. They just look at each other. Hal gets him out of there. Hal tries to help him. Abensur's like, your name? What's your name? And he's like, my name is Hal Jordan. I am Abensur, the protector of this sector. I was like, hey, we're gonna get you in the hospital. We're gonna get you help. Abensur gives him the ring. It chose you. Take it. Place the ring in the lantern and say the oath. Then he dies. And then Hal calling Tom to pick him up. Hey, come pick me up. Oh yeah, Tom shows up and they talk about the alien spaceship. I was like, we gotta go. And then they just pans to the screen and then you see like a pile of rocks. Like Hal just covered Abensur's body with a cover of rocks. And he's like, he was a pilot. He was a soldier. He gave me this ring. And like you see 2 helicopters coming in. We have to go. Then they leave. Hopefully this thing is not radioactive like the lantern. Then Hal touches it with the ring. Green blast comes out. Like, okay, I got it. He says the ring chose me. It's with great honor and responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. We cut to Sinestro. He's in Oa talking to the Guardians. The green light has gone out. Abensur is dead. 4 of my Lantern brothers have been killed. 2 worlds annihilated by an unknown enemy that precedes the yellow power of fear. We know know he comes from the lost sector and grows more powerful. The last transmission from Abasor, he knows what it is. He said Parallax. The Guardian said, we are aware of the threat and are assessing it. When you assessed it, innocent lives will be lost. Let me fight this enemy. The other Guardians, you are not aware enough. Sinestro, wait, what are you saying? You believe the enemies could defeat us? The Guardian stayed quiet. He says, if you have faith in our power has faltered, let me renew it. Let me take my squad out and let's take this guy out. The Guardian nods. Sinestro flies away. Cut to Earth. We see a guy playing chess on a laptop and eating some food. Someone is knocking on the door. He opens the door. Dr. Hector Hamlet, we need to ask you to come with us. Hector gets taken into a car to go to a secret base. The door opens. Hector walks in. The door closed behind him. Another door is open. Amanda Waller comes in and introduces herself to Hector. Amanda Waller's in this movie? I don't remember that at all. What a weird character to be in this movie. This Green Lantern movie. Amanda Waller? Follow me. She takes him to where Abinsor's body is. Hector sees him. They talk about aliens. This is the first encounter we ever had. We need you to do an assignment on his physiological body. Cuts to Hal. He puts the lantern on the table. Then he puts on the ring and goes to the lantern and points at the lantern with the ring. Nothing happened. Cuts back to, oh my god, there's gonna be a lot of cuts in this movie. Hector assessing the body. Okay, cut back to Hal. Alright, speak the oath. Everybody knows the oath. I am Hal Jordan. I do solemnly swear to pledge allegiance to the lantern that I got from a dying purple dude. Goes back to Hector, still assessing the body. Goes back to Hal. To infinity and beyond. By the power of a gray skull. He's like, come on, I can't figure this thing out. He hits the lantern. Green light comes out the lantern. He looks at it and then says the oath. In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil might beware my power. Green Lantern's light. Okay, we go back to Hector. He puts his hand on the wound of Abensor and the yellow thing goes inside his finger. And we go back to Hal. Someone's knocking on his door. He opens it to see Kara. Hey, let's talk. He's like, let's go drink. We cut back to Hector finishing the assessment of the body. Hector starts yapping about the body. When it comes to public, the people are gonna go crazy. Amanda Water looks at him. No, it's not. It's not gonna go to the public. And he's like, Hector's like, yeah, I know this has to be a secret. I could keep a secret. He's like all scared. Okay, back with Hal with Carol. He apologized. She's like surprised. You never apologize. Have you been replaced by an alien? Wink, wink, nod, nod. Oh, there's no aliens in this movie. I was like, no, I'm good. He sees a picture of his dad on the wall. You think I'm unresponsible? He starts laughing. Like, no answer needed for that. Okay, that's fine. We haven't been here together since that night. We flew together. He's like, you've been flying ever since with anybody you get in the plane. Song starts playing in the background. He's like, come dance with me. He's like, no. They start dancing. Alice talks about their relationship, like how it previously happened. He's like, but what happened up there, up in the sky? I was like, thanks for the dance. He leaves. He just goes to his car. Then a couple guys starts beating him up and he starts fighting back. I told you to wash your back, Jordan. Oh my god, it's the guy from his job. You cost us our job. And then he pushes him in the floor. You've been living off your old man reputation your whole life. And then they start leaving. I was like, hey, my face is just getting warmed up. He throws a punch and 3 green fists pops out and hit the 3 guys. And they all fly. And all the car alarms goes off. He looks at the ring. It puts energy around him. He tries to take it off. Then he realizes he's floating in the air. Then he goes up. And he starts screaming. While that's happening, Hector in his bed, sweating, tossing and turning, just screaming too. We go back to Hal. Hal is going outer space. Wonder where he's going to. Okay, we go back to Hector. He washes his face and he sees in the mirror. He has something in his eyes. A yellow thing's in his eyes. Hal is still flying in space. Then he goes to a wormhole to Oa. It fades to green. Hal is asleep. He's floating in blue energy. The thing scans his body and then shocks him. Like, what the hell is happening? And like after the shocking, we see him and he's in his full suit. He wakes up. He gets up. He looks around. He sees his suit. Then he pinches it. He sees himself in the mirror. He looks cool. He starts whistling. He starts making fighting poses. Then he realizes someone else is there. An alien. He's like, have you included a mind in yourself? I was like, yeah. The alien. Oh, the translator is working properly. The alien's like, I am Tomora. Hal. He's like, you look like a fish. Like, come on, Hal. Come on. You just met an alien. You can't be like, hey, you look like a fish. You are the protector of Sector 2814. And Hal knows how many sectors they are. He's like, oh, there's 3,000 sectors. Like, how do I know that? The ring tells you. It has a database inside of it. They go outside. He's like, welcome to Oa. He tells them the origin of the Green Lantern and the Guardian. Ra, let's go fly. He flies. I was like, okay. He steps to go fly. Then he falls down. And then he comes up flying. They fly around Oa. He tells them about willpower, the energy that powers the ring. They go to a meeting with all the Green Lanterns there. Sinestro summon all the lanterns about the dangers they face. Parallax is powerful enough to destroy civilization. And Abensor, our finest warrior, will likely never be replaced. Like, oh. And then they all look at Hal. And Sinestro is like, I'm gonna form a team. Take out Parallax. We will destroy it. We will never be defeated. Will we be defeated now? All the Green Lanterns are like, no, we are Green Lanterns. And then they shoot their ring up in the air. Ray tells Hal how to use the ring. The ring can limit limit only what you could imagine, Hal Jordan. He's trying to concentrate to make a construct. The ring would inform you if there's a immediate threat nearby. He gets shot in the back. Entered in, Kilowog. Never let your guard down. Welcome to training, rookie. For some reason, he smells him and he's like, you smell weird. Training montage. Kilowog traps his feet and then drops green rock on him. Hal blocks it. Your contract is only as strong as your will. He drops another rock on him. Hal enforces his contract. Kilowog starts throwing discs at him, destroying his construct. Then hits him with a disc. Next lesson, Kilowog makes a sun. The gravity takes him. Hal is going to the sun. Hal makes a hook, throws it on the floor to catch him. Kilowog stops making the sun. Hal falls to the floor. Kilowog looks like he's trying to help him up. Hal reaches his hand. Kilowog just punches him in the face. Remember, your enemy is not going to play fair. Hal kicks him in the private area, then puts a chain around his neck and then flips him. I was like, that's good advice. The Nastro enters. So this is the human that Amateur Ring chose. I'll take it from here, Kilowog. The core is as strong as its weakest link. I do not tolerate any weak link. Are you afraid, human? Shall we? They start fighting. Hal makes a sword. Sinestro makes 2 swords. They battle. Sinestro just toying with him. He pushes his 2 swords around his neck. I am Green Lantern. I do not fear anything. Then punches him in the face. Then grabs him with the ring. Fear is the enemy of will. Hal makes a chainsaw, destroying the swords. Sinestro blocks it. Puts a little sword onto his neck. Will makes you take action. Fear stops you and makes you weak. Hal puts a wall up. Sinestro kicks it down, breaking it. Make your construct feeble. Hal makes a machine gun, starts shooting him. Sinestro blocks it with a shield. Hal runs out of bullets. Somehow, I don't know how though. Sinestro throws a shield at him while Ray and Kilowog are watching it. Sinestro makes 3 swords, swiping at Hal. You must ignore your fears. When you are afraid, you cannot act. You cannot defend yourself. You die. He punches him. He cuts him with a sword. Points the sword at him. Hal gets scared. You reek of fear, Hal Jordan. Abasor was my mentor, my friend. You insult his memory by wearing his ring. He flies away, leaving Hal there with Ray and Kilowog. I was like, I'm done. He's right. Ray's like, the ring chose you. The ring never makes a mistake. I was like, this time it did. Hal flies back to Earth. He's back home. He takes out the ring. He goes to his closet. He sees his dad's jacket. It cuts to Sinestro flying in space with a group of lanterns. It cuts back to Hector teaching class, talking about bacteria and cells. He talks, and then he's hearing voices. He's hearing people's mind. He's like, hey, Michael, did you just call me a loser? Michael's like, I didn't say anything. He's like, this guy's a freak in his head. Hector's like, freak? His eyes become yellow. He pushes Michael out of his seat. The class just freak out. They look at him. Hector's like, class is over. Hector is in his lab. He's taking out blood to see what's up with him. He sees his blood is turning yellow. He gets a text from his dad. At my office, they talk. His dad's like, you impressed a lot of people with your work on the alien. Hector's like, how did you know that? His dad's like, I control the agency, son. Hector, it was you? That's why I was chosen? His dad's like, yeah, we could get you a top position overseeing the operation. Hector's like, but there's scientists that worked their whole life for this. People more qualified. His dad's like, but less connected. That's how the world works. Hector hears his dad's mind. He's just wasting his life away. He never gets it. Embarrassment. His dad gets a call. Hector just leaves. He's like, okay. Back to Hal. He looks at his ring. Cut back to Sinestro in Sector 2312. They're going to fight Parallax. They put a gray net on it. They start shooting it. Parallax breaks it, pushing all the lanterns out. Parallax kills the lantern. Sinestro watches the lanterns die. Sinestro is back in Oa, telling the Guardians what happened on the mission. He induced fear in our finest warriors and feeds on their fear. Parallax is heading to Oa. Never before has an enemy dared to attack us here. Tell me what you know. The Guardian replies. They tell Sinestro they created another source of power. Sworn it should never be used. The power of fear. It was too unpredictable. The chances of corruption was too great, but we decided against it. All except one. This Guardian wanted to prove that the light of fear could be mastered. It was consumed by the yellow power of fear. It became the very evil he has wished to be destroyed. It became Parallax. Amateur was in charge, was imprisoning Parallax on the lost sector, Sinestro. But he escaped. He's coming here to take his revenge on you and destroy the core. We have no choice. We must prepare to harness the power of our enemy to protect our sectors. We must be able to defend ourselves. We must forge a yellow ring. Bad guy alert. Someone's gonna become a bad guy, I see. Back to Earth. There is a party. Hal is attending the party. He's drinking. He stands next to Hector. Hector's like, rough night. They talk about how's it going. Same old, same old. Hector's dad comes in. Hal, you're the worst pilot I ever seen or the best pilot I ever seen. Hector just leaves. Hal's surprised that he got invited to the party. Hector's dad, your family, Hal. They chat for a bit. The dad leaves. Hal goes talks to Carol. Nice dress. And she's like, nice jacket. Hal Jordan's like, congratulations on the contract. How did you pull it off? He explains how you did us a favor, Hal. He's like, I'm uncomfortable with the word hero. He smiles. They start laughing while Hector looks at them from afar. Carol's dad gives a speech. He gives out thanks. He's like, thanks to my daughter. Carol comes up to the dad and hugs them. They give toast. We're in good hands. Are we? Are we though? Hector talks to Kyra. Like, oh my god, it's you, Hector. They hug. Hector smells her hair when they're hugging. He's like, congratulations to you and Hal's future. He's like, I know it couldn't have been easy growing up with your your father, but you're doing great. Hector's like, I'm doing great. Lie detector activate. You're lying, bro. Hector tells her about the alien body he was looking over. Hector's dad overhears and comes in, telling another science fiction story. Right, Hector? And his dad's mind is like, what the hell is wrong with him? He can't keep his mouth shut. Hector says goodbye, and his dad leaves too in a helicopter. Hector destroys the helicopter to tell. The helicopter is swerving around. Everybody in the party is just standing there, just looking at it in shock. Run away, guys. Why are you looking at it? Hal puts the ring on. The helicopter crashes to the screen onto the floor. Now people are running from the helicopter. It slides around the helicopter on the ground. It goes right at Kara. But Green Lantern puts the helicopter on wheels like it's a Hot Wheel, and then makes a racetrack. But the stage is falling on Carl. He tries to block it or like protects her in a bubble. I don't know what he tries to do. Then he goes back to the helicopter Hot Wheels and he stops it. He looks back at Carl. He's covered in rubble from the stage. He pushes the rubber out. Then he goes up to her. Oh, he puts like a green bubble around her, like it's water or something. And then he goes up to her and picks her up. He has her right there. Her dad comes in and tries to help her. Everybody looks at Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern suit. Then he flies away. Back to Hector and his house. He's hearing voices. It's hurting his head. And that his head grows. And then he screams and his hair is falling out. Back to Parallax in space. He's hearing the scream from Hector. Hector's destroying his house. He sits on a chair. He looks at a newspaper of Carl. Back to Hal. He wakes up from bed. Someone knocking on his door. It was Tom. Let's talk. The racetrack is the first thing you come up with, Hal? I was like, sorry. I didn't mean to disappoint you. I made it out of pure energy, saving people. Sorry about that. Tom's like, I want to see that stuff. I want to see the suit. I was like, I don't think so. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm like, come on, man. I'm your friend. Let me see the suit. Let me see you fly. I was like, fine. Are you ready? You have your mind blown? Ring. Finger. Tries to activate the ring. The suit doesn't show up. Doesn't work. Tom's like, did you break it? No, I did not. I did not break it. It's out of juice. I just need to recharge it. He recharges the ring. He activates the ring. The suit shows up. Tom's like, wow. They start laughing of joy. You're a superhero. Doesn't that always mean you get the girl? Back to Carl in the office. Green Lantern flies up to the balcony. Carl goes to the balcony. I was like, I didn't get my chance to say goodbye. With his voice distorted a little bit. I was like, are you okay? She's like, I'm good. Thanks for saving our lives. She looks at him. He's like, how? He's like, no, I'm not Hal. She's like, how? Oh my gosh. I was like, how did you know it was me? He's like, I know you my whole life. Why this green skin? Why are you glowing? Why are you wearing a mask? I was like, it came with the suit. Cool, right? So it's a little later after the conversation. We come back to the conversation. So it all works because of this ring? I was like, yeah, there's a bunch of Green Lantern peacekeeper guys out there in space. I'm not making it up. He's like, who would have known what happened to us when we were kids? I was like, I knew. One day I will be a green space cop. He starts laughing. How did you make that racetrack? I was like, anything I could see in my mind, I could create. I just need to focus. He's like, anything? Hal makes a necklace around her neck, and then Hal kisses her on the cheek. He's like, how does your job work? I was like, I sort of quit. She's like, I don't understand. Why would you quit? I was like, I'm pretty good at walking away. We both know that. And she's like, if you didn't quit something that you care about, what's the worst that could happen? Hal like thinks about it. Hal takes her down back to the balcony. They say goodbye. Hal flies away. But Hector's in the car outside of the building, seeing him fly away. Who's this guy? Hector is back in his lab, seeing his blood again. It's more yellow this time. Amanda Water shows up to his lab. There's something we want you to see. Grabs his shoulder. It flashes white. Hector sees her family dying. Physical touch. I could access the data. I could see your memory. Starts laughing. Back to the lab where Abinsur's body was. Hector sees his dad. His dad's like, this is my fault. I'm going to fix this, son. Hector, I don't know what you're talking about. Amanda Water. We detect the second life form in the body. You've been exposed, Hector. I've never felt better. Dad's like, we know everything, son. Hector grabs his dad's head and then they put a needle on him to make him go to sleep. Hal is back where he got the ring. He's remembering Abensur. The ring never makes a mistake. The ring pings like ping ping. Back to Hector. He wakes up where they had Abensur's body. He's restrained. We need to run some tests on you. And Amanda Waller, keep him under. And the guy's getting ready with the needle. Hector throws the needle into the guy's eyes. Hector escapes from his restraint and says, run. He throws Amanda Waller to a window and holds her there and puts his father where he was and uses the building's machines to throw two bodyguards at each other. And then four bodyguards tries to tase him. He blocks it and then throws it back at them. Hector goes up to his dad. Don't worry, Dad. Green Lantern breaks into the wall. Hector drops Amanda Waller and Hal catches her and moves her to safety. Hector uses the window glass to make a tornado to go to Hal. Hal makes a flamethrower, burning it, throws the remain to Hector, burning him. Then he comes up to him, kicking him. While that's happening, Hector's making some weird ass sounds, some crazy ass sounds like Hal tries to help the father out, but Hector throws gas containers at him. Hal starts blocking them, but one comes and hits him, laying him out on the floor. Hector goes up to him and then falls next to him and then starts laughing and touches Hal to see how Hal got the ring and says, Hal? Hi. Jalen was one of you. How did we end up so different? Hal tries to get up. Hector stops him. Sit down. Hal's Kara and touches him again to see Hal's conversation with Kara. Hector's like, you're just as much of a failure as I am and just as afraid. I used to fight my fears and then I tasted true power and I would never go back. He grabs his dad, floats him up to a room and then uses the machine, burns him alive, killing him. I was like, no. Tries to put the ring. He puts it on Hector's head. He sees Parallax. You were the ring, the one that imprisoned me. You will suffer the same fate. I will devour your world. Wrong universe, dude. That's not Galactus. Wrong universe. Hal Jordan pushes Hector out. Hector is screaming again. He always screams. Then he disappears. Hal just sits there trying to catch his breath. Cut to Hal back home with Tom and Kara. Hal tells them about Hector and how he was affected by the one who killed Abin Sur. Bro, you're just gonna have to stop it. I was like, stop it? I tried that and I failed. And I let Hector's dad die. The ring made a mistake. Kara was like, how did the ring make a mistake? Hal was like, a Green Lantern is to be fearless. And that ain't me. Kara, you are just going to walk away? Please explain this to me. Why, Hal? Because I'm afraid. Kara, you don't think your dad was afraid too? I was like, if he did, he figured out a way to beat it. Kara, yeah, it's called courage. I was like, they say the ring wouldn't have chose me if it didn't see something in me, but I don't see it. Kara, I see it. I always had. The ring didn't see fearless. It saw that you have the ability to overcome fear. You were courageous, just like your father. Back to Hector. Parallax is telling Hector the lantern is a threat. Eliminate him. Back to Hal flying back to Oa. The Guardians are forming the yellow ring. They're giving it to Sinestro. Once I master it, I'll train the core the same. Earth will be lost, but we will be ready to make a stand before it reaches Oa. The power of our enemies will be ours. Hal's like, at what cost, Sinestro? Sinestro's like, you dare enter this place? Hal's like, I need your help. You gotta help me save my world. Hal talks to the Guardian. I know humans are not the strongest or the smartest. We are young. We have a lot to learn. We are worth saving. Nobody replies. Everybody's just quiet. This weapon of yours, you cannot use it. Once you cross that line, you will never be able to go back. I've seen it. I know. Right. You are afraid. The Guardian replied, you accuse us of feeling fear? I was like, yes, I do. That's why Parallax beats you, because you are afraid. You're afraid even to admit it that you're afraid. I know. I spent my whole life doing that. There's a saying in Earth, I'm only human. We say it because we are vulnerable. We know we are afraid. It doesn't mean we're weak. Help me save my planet. Don't give in to the fear. Fight with me. The Guardians, you are compelling, but as immortals, we must think of our actions over years and the fate of our universe. We cannot risk losing everything for a chance you might be right. I was like, don't risk any more lives, just mine. I'll show you that will is stronger than fear. Sinestro, there's no way you could win. You will die. I was like, I'll die trying. Sinestro's like, good luck, Hal. Hal goes back to Earth. His ring pings. He's going back to the city. Parallax is here. Oh, Hal goes to Hector and sees Kara is floating in the air, knocked out. He tries to use the ring to get her, but Hector comes in the wheelchair for some reason. I wouldn't do that. Look closely. There's a needle on her neck. Hector's like, she's beautiful. I loved her from the moment I saw her, but she could never see me because of you always standing in the way. But not anymore. Come on, bro. She was never gonna look at you. He puts the needle closer to her neck. I was like, no, Hector, please. I know how you feel, Hector. Hector's like, come on, look at yourself. I was like, I know what it's like to live up to expectations, that nothing you could do will be good enough. He takes off the ring. I know what it's like to be afraid. Let me help you, Hector. Hector's like, how you changed. All it took for you is to grow up. Was the end of the world? Hector's like, now it's my turn. If I cannot be like you, then I'm gonna make her like me. What, with a big forehead, bro? Come on. You won't be interested in her. I was like, why can't you not be like me? Let her go. You could have the ring. You could do anything and you could be anything. Let her make the choice. Hector's like, okay. Takes the ring. Puts on the ring. The energy goes around him. He stands up. He's like, wow. He uses the ring. He laughs. I was like, okay. Bring her down, Hector. Hector's like, I lied. And he tries to shield Hal Jordan with the ring. And then it just stops right in front of Hal. I was like, I lied too. The way it works is you have to be chosen by the ring. Then throws back the green energy at him. He falls. Hal catches her and takes her to safety. Parallax is coming into the building. Hector is screaming, because he always screams, Parallax, you have failed me. He brings Hector towards him and kills him. I was like, stay here. Kara was like, no problem. Hal runs towards the ring. He tries to grab it. Parallax stops him and grabs him. Kara runs to the computer. Parallax, your will was strong, but not enough. You are nothing without the ring. Parallax starts to kill Hal, but Kara uses the computer to fire a missile at Parallax to save Hal. He falls down. He grabs the ring, throws it at Hal. Hal catches it, puts it on, and flies out of there with Kara. It cuts back to the people in the city looking up and seeing Parallax. And then the police officer, you gotta clear the streets. I'm like, why is nobody running? If you saw that Parallax is just covering your city, you will run. Kara tells Hal, you can never beat this. You're gonna die. I was like, at least I could get it away from here. He's like, how are you gonna do that? I was like, I don't know. I gotta outsmart him. The ring chose me for a reason. This is why. He starts crying. and Hal hugs her and he goes off to go fight. The police are saying, please clear the street. Everybody's just looking at it, just standing still. He's like, why is everybody looking up? Parallax comes down to the street. Now everybody starts running. Parallax is killing people. He looks at somebody. He's gonna kill her. But Hal flies in, creating a cannon to throw back the attack that Parallax threw. He throws the gas container at him and creates a machine gun to start. He shoots the gas container to blow up on Parallax's face. Then he creates the shield to box Parallax's attack, but he goes backwards and hits the truck and the car. Parallax goes at him. Hal creates the shield to block him. Parallax is all around him. Hal falls down to his knees. I feel your fear growing. You will die soon, Hal. Hal starts saying the oath. In brightest day and black night. Parallax is still talking to him. When you are gone, I will destroy everything you love. Hal still saying the oath. No evil shall escape my sight. Parallax, your family, your friends, your planet will be no more. Hal, those who worship evil might. Parallax, the entire human race will be wiped out because of you, Hal Jordan, because you were afraid. I was like, beware my power. Green Lantern's light and pushes Parallax back. Then makes a plane repellent. He and the plane repellent goes through Parallax's mouth, cutting through him. Hal is going up to space. Parallax is following him. Parallax shoots him. Hal is dodging it. Hal shoots back, grabs a satellite, tries to throw it at him, but Parallax shoots it, blowing it up, pushing Hal back. Hal flies to an asteroid belt. I don't think the asteroid belt is that close to Earth. He flies through it. Hal looks away. I was looking at Parallax. He hits a rock and another rock, but he still flies. He hurt his shoulder. Hal sees the sun. The bigger you are, the faster you burn. He's going to the sun. He froze right next to the sun. He's fighting the gravitational pull and makes two jet engines to fly towards Parallax. Parallax tries to bite him. He misses. Hal flies away. The sun gravity is bringing Parallax to the sun. Parallax tries to shoot him, but he can't because the gravity is just taking it. Hal just floats there. He makes a big fist and just pushes him into the sun. Parallax is no more. Hal flies towards the sun, but someone catches him. Sinestro and Killer Rock, Kamo Ray helps him. Hal sees them. Back to Oa. Sinestro. His time wearing the ring has been brief, but now Hal Jordan has defeated Parallax and will be remembered as long as the core exists. His action as a reminder of why the ring chose each of one of us to overcome fear and destroy evil wherever it comes from. Hal, as a lantern, we must fight with our will. Our will hasn't always been united, but this time it will. Killer Rock gives him a pat on the back. Like, can I train him or can I train them? Sinestro. Hal, you are rash, opinionated, hot-headed. Abin Sur found another one just like himself. Then the Green Lantern starts shooting the green bean up again in the air. Back to Earth. Hal and Kara are talking. They're in the balcony again. Wow, I'm never gonna get used to that. I was like, my new job requires me to travel. I'll be away for a while. Away, never gone. He tries to kiss her. Kara, Hal, can you take the mask off? He takes the mask off. He's like, that's really cool. They kiss. Hal flies away. All the Green Lantern who ever wore the ring, there was one who shined brighter. Humanity thought was to be his weakness, but yet proved his greatest strength. The end. Luckily, there's no post-credit scene. Oh wait, there is one. Sinestro puts on the yellow ring and becomes a Yellow Lantern. Wow. There's no sequel to this movie. So that was pointless. So we're done with Green Lantern. I give this movie a 4 out of 10. You know what, guys? I'm gonna come out. This is a guilty pleasure for me. I kind of like this movie, but it's just boring. There's not a lot to action. There's not a lot of cool Green Lantern stuff. I wish there was more Green Lantern stuff. The villain, oh my, how do you mess up with the villain? You have Sinestro, the Red Lanterns. You have the Black Lanterns. You have Sinestro right there, and you pick Hector Hamlet to be the villain? Why is he the villain? Or the secondary villain? And why is Parallax the villain? Like the big bad. Like, you had Sinestro right there. It could have been like Training Day, but Green Lantern. But no, we got this like movie that's like really bad and really boring. Not interesting. Okay, on to Monday. What do we got here? Oh,
interesting.